Hi, good day, everyone. This is Denokek, and this is episode 2. So, on episode 1, I talked about creating up our Google Adsense bot, which is a bot that will generate clicks, watching adverts on YouTube, and generating us revenue from AdSense. Now, this is not just for AdSense; it can actually work on any platform that serve ads. So, any ad agency, any advertising platform that offers or that displays advert on your website, and then in return you get paid whenever anybody clicks on those adverts or whenever anybody watch those adverts. This particular tutorial will work on it perfectly fine. I'm going to be dropping my code for anyone who wants it, and I'll also be describing totally on how I got to start this. So like I said on the episode 1, the reason I'm sharing this is simply because it's something I love doing. So if you already know me by now, you know I'm somebody who loves sharing, and that's the biggest way I've been involving. So if you still love my tutorials, you want to add more, you feel there's something I should add more, or you want to also share your own tutorials, feel free. You can share this video, you can watch it, use whatever you've learned, add more to it, and still spread as much information as possible. So the second question is, will Google ever stop this? The problem is, I don't really think so, and that is because what we're doing right now is becoming extremely more techy. So it will take a new form of technology that I don't know if it will come up within this year or next year for Google to be able to track us. So what we're doing is untraceable, untrackable, and you'll be getting constant clicks, constant traffic, and constant ads revenue. So without further ado, let me just get straight into the tutorials. So on the last episode, I taught you guys about proxy servers. Like I said at the episode, that most people they have issues with proxies because they get to use their own static IP, so it becomes like easy to track them. Imagine where one particular IP is giving you like 200,000 views, 1,000 click. It's gonna be obvious that that particular IP is fraudulent. It's gonna be obvious that that's the fake traffic. So the best thing to do is to max your bot through proxy server, so they'll come in through different IP address. And then the next thing is cookies. I don't think I talked much about cookies. I talked about it, but I did not really explain much. On the previous episode, I logged into my okay, I opened my YouTube because I'm already logged in on my Google account. So I opened my YouTube channel. I went to one of those videos that I monetized because on my YouTube I have videos that I've monetized. Like, you know what monetization mean? If you have a YouTube video, if you monetize it, it simply means you've allowed YouTube to be showing advertisement on those videos. So whenever YouTube shows adverts, whoever has that video gets paid. So in my own case, I open those my videos where I've monetized it. So that means as I'm watching those videos, I'll see adverts. As those adverts are being displayed, I'm getting paid. So when I opened up those videos on the YouTube, I saw advertisements. Now that was because I was logged in. So if you remember on that video, I logged in or I opened YouTube with Google Chrome. So this is Google Chrome. So when I opened YouTube with Google Chrome, it showed me advertisements. I also went to incognito mode and I still, saw advertisements. But when I opened it with Brave, after clearing cache and cookie, the moment I opened it with Brave, there was no form of advertisement. That was because we cleared all the cache and we cleared all the cookie on Brave. So on this tutorial, I will teach you what cookies and logged in sections are. And they're very much important too. This is the basic reason why all those amateurs they can't create they can't get to work, make this whole thing work. They can't get to create bots that work. I've even seen lots of dummy programmers. I call them dummy programmers because I don't know when they started programming. I've been programming for like more than 15 years right now, ever since I was very little. I've had lots of experience in programming. So when I see people who just started programming less than 5 years, tell me things are not impossible. I don't know how to argue with them. But the thing is, they don't add cookies to their browser. So I'm going to explain what cookies are. After which I would show you. Okay, let me just show you my own progress. So I use the bot as well to generate traffic for myself, and I've been able to make. I think I make roughly above. I make above $500 daily. So let me show you. Let it not look like I'm just making things up. You're going to see it right now. I make at least $500 every day. Every day. Sometimes it's more than that. It's more than that usually, but the lowest is like $500. So you're going to see it. Okay, now this is it. Today so far, I've been able to make $674 today. Yesterday I made $841. Last week I made $5,468. This month alone, just this month, I've made $21,000. Why you're not seeing any balances? Because they just paid me of recent. So whenever YouTube pays you, they clear up the balance to the following month. So for this month, I've already been paid. I think I was paid on the 24th. Okay, they usually pay 21st, but it's wire transfer to my domiciliary account. So I think I got that payment, was it like 24th or 25th? Let me make a refresh so you'll be able to see clearly. So this is it. This is your mind to Google AdSense, and I've been able to break it, making over $500 every single day. So I will teach you the exact same thing I'm doing that has given me this. I think I make sometimes I make okay. This is so far today, and this is like 10 p.m. Yeah, this is 10 p.m. Before today runs down, I should make at least $750, $700. So now, when you see those amateur programmers, I tell you these things are not easy. Like I said, sometimes it's difficult to argue with them because when you have one programmer who sit down on one computer, these are my programming screen. You can see how many screens I use, and then I'm always actively writing software 24/7. So imagine the way I code, and then you meet one amateur that is managing his life coming to tell me you cannot create Adsense bot. I don't get to argue with them. Okay, back. I've been able to show you how much I make. I make over $500 daily. So now let me show you how you can get to do it yourself. So the first and the most important things are setting up your process server. I talked about it on episode 1. Now this episode we're going to be talking about cookie. So I'm going to write it clearly right there so you can see it's cookie. So when you hear cookie, please don't really mistake cookie for a snack. Cookie is not a snack. Cookie is simply what a website stores on your computer. So each time you actually visit a website, they store information in your browser, which is your computer. Those informations are called cookies. So they store it to be able to track you, to be able to show you advertisements, to be able to know you. Like for instance, if you log into Facebook now, so let me give you an instance. If you log into Facebook, for instance, so this is Facebook. The moment you log into Facebook, Facebook is going to store a cookie on your computer. So what this cookie simply means is this cookie is simply like your login information. So let's call this login info. So this logged in information, let me move this my webcam a bit. Hold on, let me move my webcam a bit. Okay. So this login info is simply information regarding your logged in session. So if I log into Facebook, for instance, and Facebook saves a cookie on my computer, this simply means in the next 2 days, 3 days, 1 week from now, whenever I come to Facebook, I don't have to log in again. Now if you get to notice, if you log in on Facebook, or if you log in on Instagram, or if you log in on any website, most times when you come back to that website you don't have to log in, especially if you did not click on log out. So like if you log in, if you don't log out, your session will still be there. So that's why they tell you whenever you log in, if the computer is not yours, please log out. That's because if you don't log out, if anybody uses that computer, your account will still be there. Now the way a website keeps track or knows a particular computer has been logged in is through cookie. So this simply means each time you visit the website, they store a cookie on your browser. Now you must be asking why on that previous video, when I opened my YouTube channel and I watched those videos I monetized, I was seeing advertisements. But the moment I used Brave and I cleared my cookie and session, I was not seeing adverts. That's because Google only serves advertisements to people who are to traffic that are with cookies. So this simply means if somebody creates a bot and that bot doesn't have cookie, that bot will never be served advertisement. So I've seen lots of programmers online, complaining, oh, I created a bot. This bot is supposed to go to my website and click on advertisements, but each time I run the bot, it's showing error. It cannot find any advertisements. Please help. So what they don't know is Google is not serving them advertisements. The traffic will come, the bot will open the website, but it won't see any advert, and that's simply because that bot does not have a cookie in it, and Google will never serve you advert if you don't have cookie. That's the reason why if you visit every website nowadays, they will tell you, please, this website uses cookie, accept cookie, enable cookie. That is because on Google, if a browser doesn't have cookie, they won't serve it advert. So imagine me, for instance. Now we have renap.com. So on renap.com, okay, let me show you something. On renap.com, we have softwares that give you free predictions, right? So let's say we give out free predictions on RainApp. I'm going to go to one of my softwares that give out free predictions. So this okay, let's say Sportybet for instance. This software gives you free Sportybet, right? So if you get to see right now, I can see advertisements on this particular section. Now this is simply because I have cookie like stored. My cookie can be coming in from Google because I'm already logged into Google. I already have my Google account over here. So this simply means since my Google is logged in, I can see advertisements, right? But now if you still, sorry, my have to stay close to the mic. If you still come here or come to this website again with a browser that doesn't have cookie, you won't see this advertisement. So one of the biggest problems all these amateur programmers are having is they're creating bots, but the bot they're creating doesn't have a cookie in it. So I'll be teaching you on how to create bots that will be having cookies to it. So cookies are simply informations that are being stored on your computer. These informations are used to serve you advertisements, track you, know when you're logged in, save your login section so you don't have to enter your password over and over again. So I think I did good explanations on it. Now the second thing is, how do you like add cookie to your browser? So I think majority of the people who are watching my videos are people who don't really know how to program or who don't create softwares. So what I decided to do was to just make my codes available. I would only teach you how to extract your cookie, and it's not left for you to do it yourself. So let me tell you how the software works. The first and the most important thing, you need a web server. So a web server simply means a server where you're going to be hosting your code. So you could use for server you could use sorry, let me undo this thing. My pen sometimes I don't write so let me try and write. Okay. So for server you could use AWX. So this simply means Amazon Web Service. For proxies, you could make your own. I don't want to actually recommend anyone because I use most of them. So I wouldn't want to say anything. I will not start making my advertisement go bad. But then you could search for proxy servers. There are lots of proxy servers. So you provide a proxy server. If possible, if you don't know how to do it, you can reach out to me. If I'm available, I will guide you through. On your proxy servers, you're going to have login details. So you're going to have the logs of your proxy server. So that's because each time the bot goes to click something, it has to go through a proxy. So you could even have one server alone is okay. We could have one server and we could be using, let's say, five instance simply means inside that one server we could be clicking 5 times at a time. Now the only reason why it won't be traceable is because we'll be going through proxy servers. Now that is how I did mine anyway. And then secondly, the lastly, we're going to be using, no, not lastly, we're going to be using cookies. Cookies are, I think I just explained them right now. They're like logged in sections. So if you don't know how to add cookie, I would have taught you, but I think most people would not really understand the coding aspect. But if you're a programmer, you want to learn how to do it, fine, I can explain. But I'm going to be dropping my code, so it will just be easy for you. Just get my code, edit it. Where you're going to, I'm going to make sure I document the code so it will be so easy for anybody. So if you're somebody who don't know how to code, all you simply have to do is just provide your cookie. I think I should actually make a video on how to get cookies or how to set up these savers. Okay, what I will simply do is I think I would make a more detailed video. So on the episode 3, I will start one by one. I will set up a web server first of all. On episode 2, on episode 3, I'll set up a web server. Episode 4, I'll go and get proxy servers, even if it's like 20 or 25. Episode 5, I'll go get cookies. The problem is if I'm getting cookies, it will be something that can be used against me. So what I will do is I will just create new email address with I will just create new accounts, new emails. Then I will extract the cookies from those email. Then on the last episode, I'll teach you how to use the server, the process you've been getting the cookies to be able to set up the bot yourself. Once you've done it, just keep making money. You just saw it, I make over $500 like every single day. So it's not something that is that difficult. The only thing that actually took time was the creating of the software, which is something I've already created. So since I've already done the big aspect, you wouldn't stress yourself. So I don't really make videos often. I make videos whenever I'm convenient. That's because I create softwares often. So I'm hoping by next week I would come back again and I'll teach you how to set up server, proxies, and cookies. Okay, till next time, this is Dan, okay? And I'm going to be stopping the video right now.